Alright. It's fine too. Oh yeah, that's right. It's on vibrate. Welcome back, fellow tamers, on YouTube and Twitch alike. I have a lot to get off my chest today, so I hope you are prepared. Mentally, I was ready for the day, and I came across a video one of my buddies in New York has posted, and I have to say, I don't really agree with it. I mean, he has every right to quit an opportunity, but let me just, clear things up a bit. Number one, his name is Jesse. He's from PvP. He recorded a video yesterday or some time ago about quitting YouTube. And like I said, there are millions of reasons. What's up, Jack? There are millions of reasons to quit YouTube. He doesn't have to start with because YouTube is starting to suck. That's not the case. You see, here's the thing, though. And I'm going to say this while I'm farming up for some eggs, because I have been on this edge. I wanted to get, like, enough stacks of Salamon eggs. Well, enough in stack of Salamon eggs. I need Lotmon eggs, and I needed Seraphimon. If you played Digimon, you probably know why I need these eggs. Now, while I'm farming up here, I'll go into a little explanation. What's up? Now, this is Digimon. I'll do Asta after this. Don't worry. So, here about a few days ago, a friend of mine, Jess, I keep going in so many names with Jack, Jason, John, and neither of them were correct. So Jess posted a video up on YouTube about why YouTube is starting to suck. And Boogie2988 said something similar to that, but I thought Boogie was on a joking rampage because it was the start of April, and I thought he was doing an April Fool's joke on me, or on everybody, not just me, that this was going to become a thing. To me, it makes no difference to me because I'm here for a very good reason. I'm very supportive. I'm very, very helpful, and I do this for a living, or for fun, and a living. It just boils down to this. Not everyone gets into the same thing as everybody else does. If you're a mechanic, you love working on cars, you do what you like, and it's your passion, you do it. You get paid for it. That's fine. But whenever you're like a high school or middle school or even an elementary school janitor, even a janitor in any other, public building, that's fine. Any job that you would consider as, hard work and labor is fine. You could be a Domino's delivery guy. That's fine. As long as your heart's into it, you'll... Welcome back to Digimon. I never left, man. As long as your heart's into it, you should be fine. But the point of it is, people get on YouTube because they find a passion into it. They find this sort of Domino's. Well, Domino's works too. If you have a passion for it, it works fine. As long as you have your heart into it and you like it that much to become a business, that's your choice, right? But the reason why people get into YouTube is not because of just money. Some may say it's just money, but it's not just about money. Now, here's where the contradicting comes into category here. And it's pretty freaking funny if you ask me, as I say this. because Jess specifically said that his friend Charles Trippy, what's up? I just thought it was Domino's Pizza. Well, it is Domino's Pizza. I mean, I was thinking of Pizza Hut because Pizza Hut's our town's pizza delivery service. I mean, we have like 3 kinds, but Domino's is the closest. Um, but as I was saying, uh, Jess contradicted himself because he said he came into YouTube as a daily vlogger because his friend, his friend, you know, got him into it, and he picked up a camera and he started daily vlogging himself. So it's like, all right, so you didn't get into it because of the YouTube money. That's fine, but that's no reason to quit YouTube, man. And there's like a lot of thought going into this because there's like so many famous YouTubers right now thinking about quitting YouTube because of this. And yes, YouTube may be changing their algorithm because this is now a common a common subject, and not everybody is going to be taken from this. In fact, I think of it as a relief or release, whatever you want to call it. But there are ways, you know, people can go by about doing money in their sort of ethnic idea. Like, YouTube isn't the only thing as a social media out there that would actually pay for good content. Twitch pays for good content. YouTube paid for good content. And so on and so forth. Now, I'm not paid by Twitch to say this, but I just want to get this off my chest. There's like so many ideas out there right now that people can look forward to into starting their own business if they were to choose to. And for me, I tried my hardest to do art. I mean, art specifically, like drawing and stuff, so I can sell my art pieces out there. Alright, we'll see you again, Jack. But the idea behind everything is like, for me personally, if I were to like draw a poster and try to gain enough money to sort of develop more ways to make more posters better, like more with permanent ink, and develop that in a sort of fashion to where it's like, you know, you can unroll it or take it out of a tube, unroll it, and then tape it to your wall and such. I mean, that's your product that you bought that you can do whatever with. But with a branding name on it, you can't really specifically say that you created it or that it's entirely yours. But there has been some meaningful things that drive, you know, YouTubers to YouTube, but now there's a thought process to where everybody's thinking about quitting because YouTube, once again, changing their algorithm that makes them want to, you know, think or rethink their options, and, you know, may be more devoted into quitting. So yeah, there's going to be like sad times momentarily because, you know, a lot of people looked up to these guys as, you know, someone in their positive life that, you know, made them stick around to watch their life story and then proceed to their life as well. I mean, a lot of people have admitted this already. And Charles Trippy, the first person who went to vlogging about his life, has made so many how do you call it, footprints? Yeah, he's made so many footprints. He's actually labeled in the history books. He was named the first person to actually walk into something that he was more dedicated into than to seeing his fans be let down because he decided to quit. He decided to go even further than that, and once again landed in the books because now he's on his, I think it's his 9th or 10th year of vlogging. And ever since then, his friends, his closest friends, mind you, decided to turn around and started vlogging with him. Rather, if it was Jesse and his friend, I forget what her name was, Gina. When they were together, they started this YouTube channel called Prank versus Prank and BF versus GF. Now, they had a good thing going. Now, here's the biggest, nutcracker. In 2013, I believe it was, even that, or 2014, how many Digimons do you have? Oh, it's not to me. Okay. So, they started this YouTube channel, and they were getting so progressive with their lifestyle. And it wasn't just them, it was other people as well. Uh, what was his name? DeFranco has started his news channel with creators, and he's become very popular. The Shaytards, they created, or founded, I believe, Creator, and they were hoping to bring all these YouTubers together in a connection, and that they did. In fact, PvP, CTFXE, the Shaytards, DeFranco Show, or Philip DeFranco Show, that's what it was, and all of those groups connected to daily vlogging was because of Charles Trippy. And Shaytard's leading role, Shay, Carl, helped him develop this gathering for daily vloggers, and thus creating the creators content. And I find that really freaking amazing, by the way. But for those that are on YouTube, gaming and stuff, no one knows for sure why or who the first person was to actually create gaming content on YouTube, but it was better than listening to like all these websites altogether, like IGN, cheatsandSomething.com, and all this other mumbo jumbo. And they have like these media pages where you can actually view like clips of these said games, but they never ever had a video on how to strategize in that said game. In fact, that's pretty much why people on YouTube started gaming in the first place, and everybody shared their thoughts and opinions while playing that said game. And it's like, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, you're doing something that you're good at. And it's not just you, it's a whole group of people. That's why we were considered as family. And now that this topic has come up, it's like everybody is sharing some sort of idea that it's all about money. For me, it's not. I'm just having fun here. And regardless of what anybody says, I'm much more connected to gaming since Nintendo's days. My uncle, whenever I was a little kid, and I was staying with my uncle at the time, he had an Atari, and he got me into playing like, what was his, Pac-Man, and Q*bert at that time, and even Leapfrog, or not, what was it? Was it Leapfrog? That thing that the frog crosses the road and stuff? That. So it's kind of diverse how everything has been twisted into so many different meanings, and not one person has a legitimate thought, because everybody has the same idea. Not one of them is like at all what do you call it? Well, I can't say it's not legitimate, but it's not that uncommon. That's what I meant to say. So it's like very hard to come up with a non-common idea, like a legitimate non-common idea. Like if it was an idea of your own. And that's pretty much how ASTA came to development, because ASTA had like so many ideas poured into it. Like, I could say, for instance, I'm not saying this is what it is. I'm saying, for instance, ASTA was created with multitudes of gaming ideas like Rift, World of Warcraft, and Nine Dragons. Because I remember these MMOs from back in the day whenever I started playing games. Nine Dragons was about learning Kung Fu no matter what grade you were or class you were in. Like if you were like a Shaolin monk or uh, something of like I don't know all the general classes of a Japan era, but or Chinese eras, but um, it boils down to this: uh, all those weapon mechanics and ninja style ideas, I feel like came from Nine Dragons, and I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but it is very common. And to put that in Asta, as well as other, other developments, to actually come out with this game, it's pretty idealistic. I'm not saying it's like a problem, but it's idealistic. And it's in its earlier stages, so maybe it might develop into something different, who knows. But like I said, for people to go onto YouTube and saying it's all about money, it pretty much isn't. If you come to YouTube and try to find out why so much has changed, it's because somebody has a bad idea about something that went wrong and that they don't like who's representing their ads and want to decide that they're leaving YouTube. That's their business. That has nothing to do with us. But that is to say, if you actually came to YouTube because of money, then that probably involves you. But that's no reason to quit. If you had like something that, pushes you to new heights on YouTube or on Twitch or anything that you do it for you and whoever you want to do it for. That doesn't mean that you have to quit something that you believe in, man. I mean, you have to think wisely about what you're thinking about whenever you go towards these things, because you don't know who's going to be depressed over this idea. I mean, yeah, like I said, in 2013 or maybe 14, there has been a lot of like setbacks. We've watched a ton of relationships die. Like, for instance, and I'm not going to say this is personal, but for instance, Charles Trippy, got divorced with Ali Speed, and uh, Corey Williams broke up with Caters17, and now we had to listen to about this update with Jesse and Gina, and then I had to hear on the news that even Nickelback's lead singer Chad Kroeger and Avril Lavigne even got a divorce. So to me that is heartbreaking, but I don't stop to think about these things. I stop to think about what else could possibly happen that could be good in the world. Like, how are they going to push beyond this? And yes, they did, and they looked up. And that's not even the high note yet. The high note is that life continues. Life, goes on. And we don't have to be, sit back and wait behind just to, wait for something good to happen. Because something good is already happening. Like, you see kids on YouTube grow up, if that's what you like. You can see people evolve, like Jacksepticeye from what he was back then to what he is today. Markiplier, who, had so many incidents to where his body was failing him, but yet he looked up to the positive and made himself better. That's something good. It's like, no matter what happens, people themselves tend to change things. And it's not for the worst, it's for the better. It's for the community to actually understand where we're coming from. We wanted to make a positive note here. And I believe the positive note is that no matter how bad things may get, just keep a smile on your face. Things will tend to get better in time. And it's not that hard to understand either, because you have like so much going on for you that you can't even imagine how much negativity you could erase from your mind from that time. So that being said, um, there is like so many people with so much doubt and so much, you know, uh, depression, that they fought through it by watching videos on YouTube just to put smiles on their faces. That's a good thing. They're believing in themselves so much that whatever they're watching is giving them inspiration to live on and keep pushing forward and not giving up. That is one thing that people have to look forward to as a drive, as a community, to push each other forward and nothing more. So it's not always about money. It's just about the community, how to make things better in the future, how to make things happen for you. You know, it's all the positivity in the world that could happen, and not just, you know, thinking about the negative. You have to change the negative into a positive on your own. In fact, look at me. I didn't think I would make it here, and all this time I thought I was a loser. And then I started thinking about how I went wrong, and I changed it. So there we go. I've made something negative into something good. So that was inspirational. And I myself was looking at my old videos and I'm like, huh, so this was geeky. And I'm glad I went from geeky to what I am today. So um, I'm making, you know, so many ideas happen. And I'm trying to push forward to making things seen, such as the artwork that I draw. And I'm going to do a second episode of that, by the way. I'm not so sure how soon, though. Excuse me. Hopefully you guys stick around for that. Um, but yeah, things will come easy. Why aren't these Wendigo mon dropping eggs? But yeah, that's all I wanted to get off my chest. So I hope everybody understands where I'm coming from. I hope Jesse gets this message and understands where I'm coming from, and hope that he sees things the way we do, and not think so much on the negative, but so much on the positive. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any eggs tonight. How much have I been streaming? For 23 minutes. And still no eggs. Usually, whoops, I don't know if I should have minimized that or not, but usually, even if it was like 23 minutes, I should have gotten an egg by now. Because I was over at Silver Lake and I got like 6 Patamon eggs and not even trying. And that was only in what, in half an hour? I can't remember. Oh, and since last Wednesday, I reopened my Pokemon Go app, and I feel bad because I couldn't show my son all the Pokemon that we've captured up till this time, and it's like, oh crap, what did I do? I drained the battery and I forgot to charge it. I mean, that game is a really battery killer, really bad battery killer, in fact. Every time I put it on charge, my phone overheats, and I have to keep turning it off just to cool it down. Um, but yeah, it's like everything that I do hasn't even scratched the surface yet. Is that? Ooh, that's beast data. 81? No, 31. Okay. Thought that said 80 there for a second. Why are you being so slow? Here, let me help you out. No? Alright. But I've also noticed something between this game and ASTA. The lag is so real. I have to get rid of the chat just to play the game because nothing but OBS and ASTA can run at the same time. My computer is that much crappier. Unless they actually developed a way to lower the scheme of things, because in the game I have everything at the lowest setting as of yet, and it still can't play this good. And I have no idea why. But yeah, I'm working on an idea that might spark some interest, but I'm not too sure yet. ASTA needs to dial it down just a little bit, because I've noticed some technical flaws in the game, and they have like reset the servers I think twice since I started playing it. And I think, if I do believe so, I think that they're working on all the bugs to make it less laggy than it is today. In regards of cases. Which reminds me, bringing up dungeons. Dungeon ratings just got a whole lot easier. This game is good for dungeons. I was in my first dungeon in the game, and I can actually be honest with this. You can have it easy, you can have it normal, or you can have it so extremely hard that you need 5 people in a party. I took notice of that, and I was like, whoa, wait, so I can do every dungeon by myself? I have to solo this thing. I have to find out for myself what I'm doing wrong. Because I've published like 3 videos just a few minutes ago. And all of them express everything that I've just experienced. And the last video I just published shares my thoughts on the game entirely. And if you go back to my YouTube channel and then go check that out as soon as you possibly can, I'm not rushing you or anything, but you can actually see that there's a definition of everything that's going on in that game. So it's like I have to go around learning about how many cues you can actually pick up before you can actually start crafting anything, and what you can craft with. And right now I'm trying to learn the icons on the map, because I can't barely see. That's why I have my glasses out. I could barely see anything. So it's like the icons are so small that I have to look over them and try to figure that out. So as soon as I'm done here, which is going to be in like 10 more minutes, I'll show you guys, if you don't mind. But I don't think I'll be able to chat with you guys unless I leave my phone on. Yeah, I probably won't be able to chat. We'll see what happens. My phone might kick me out of chat, and I'll just pop back in every so often, but yeah. But I have to keep it on charge while I'm in chat so it doesn't just shut down on me. And I'd hate to see it blow up, so I gotta take it easy on it. So, dudes, dudettes, how soon should I hit Asta? Because I don't think I'm getting any eggs. I got like 1 Lopmon egg, that was it. It's crazy. And Move Games, by the way, developer of DMO, also published Asta as well. It says so in the title. I believe the same people who created Blade and Soul, I believe that's what it was called. Blade and Soul created Asta. Because if you like pop either one of those games up, they have that same load title as it was launching. It was kind of ironic, actually. And I need to turn the fan on. So, anybody's still here? They all left. No. Well, I only have one viewer. That's good enough. I see you. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go change titles real quick, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned for more King Willick's gaming. Steam stream. Whatever. I'll be right back. Don't move. Well, some of you already have, but you'll come back.